Hey guys, welcome to the video. Welcome into the channel. If you're new here, this is Hogshooter Hot Rods. My name is Brian. Today, we're going to work on this 1935 Chevy Standard sedan chassis. Trying to get it into a good rolling chassis that has the correct ride height on it. We're going to get the rear diff mounted up, shocks hooked up to that, run brake lines into our master cylinder, and then we're going to jump into the front suspension and we're going to take out the old coil springs and put us in some QA1 springs to get our adjustable ride height in the front so that our gap in between the tire and the fender looks nice on this old car. I got a lot of cleaning to do. All the parts are laid out here. Got to get a bunch of rust off there and get some kind of corrosion protection going. Got to modify the lower control arms so that the shocks are truly adjustable. So stay in the video, keep watching, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate you guys, and let's get rolling. to the leaf spring, I guess, and make sure we got it close to being centered up. So we got 7 1/4 from the braking surface to the outside of the spring. So this is where we'll have to make just a minor change. So there I put 7 5/8. This side, 7 5/8. All right. So we'll get the tools out, tighten it up. All right, guys, I hope everybody out there is having a great weekend, and we're just kind of digging into more of the chassis stuff on the 35, and you saw me pop out a spring, and I just want to make sure that I give you a safety warning there to not really do that. I had all of the tension off. You could see that control arm was flipped way down, and I knew it didn't have hardly any pressure left on it at all. It could hurt you. Those springs have a lot of tension tied up in them. And then you see my shock setup. I'm working with their QA1 shocks. It's not a high-end kit. It's a cheaper kit. Non-adjustable shocks. And then they've got the threaded ring that goes down onto them with a collar. And in these stock style control arms, that collar hits right here. So I'm gonna have to do a little clearancing there to be able to get my spring will fit up there. The problem I'm running into is I can't get the shock to line up with the bolt. And I want to be able to adjust it up and down as much as possible in that collar. That's the whole reason behind using coilovers, right? So you have lots of adjustment in your suspension. And those stock springs, I'm sure everybody's run into this that's done a Mustang too. These stock springs are like super high strength. I'm not sure exactly how much those little Mustangs too weighed, but they must have been pretty darn heavy. So anyway, we're gonna just keep moving on and trimming and doing what we need to do to make this side fit, and then we'll go over and we'll do the other side. Clean. All right, so you can see here I've got a control arm out. I've got this QA1. This is not like their most expensive coilover. This is just kind of a retrofit kit. So we get the QA1 shocks and this adjustable aluminum collar and our coil spring. We can pick the weight of the actual spring. So that sits in there like that. The top of it hits in the factory spring cup, and there you go. The issue that we're having is this adjusting nut right here. It's not fully seated, I don't believe. When I got it in the car, I can't get it to fully lever over and the shock to line up into the shock tower. So we've got to come in and we got to do a little trimming here. And then we're going to trim this. And all right, after a little work with the cutoff wheel, I got this where I think we've got plenty of angle there to get it in and still be able to get full adjustment. I mean, we're only talking about cutting out a little sliver. It was basically the top of that spring locating area there. Trimmed it out, cleaned it up, sprayed a little bit of primer and a little bit of black paint on the bare metal. So now we're going to test fit this back in and see if we can get our coilovers bolted up. We did get the parts all bolted back in here. You can see we've got quite a bit more clearance now around this lower adjuster, and it's all the way at the bottom of the travel, so we can adjust our ride height higher if we need. Then I've got everything pretty much bolted back in. You can see the rotor is a lot more straight up and down now than it was in previous videos. Rolling this thing around, it was super hard to move. So all that really was just I never took time to adjust the A-arms on it to get any kind of even close to a front end alignment done. You can also see the A-arms are much flatter with the lower cross member now. Tie rod end runs at the same angle as those lower control arms. So we're pretty good there. I think it's gonna work. I did get the other side swapped out as well, kind of at the same point with it. And then I think the next step's going to be to measure from the center of the hub to the center of the axle, get us a wheelbase reading. We did get it all measured out. I believe we're going to be okay. We're within 1/8 of an inch from one side to the other, and the rear diff isn't welded into place yet or anything like that. So I just wanted to make sure that all this stuff was close, because it's been a long time since I put it together. I did go ahead and put a gander on this exhaust manifold here, and looks like it's going to work. Kind of tight to get to the motor mount bolt, and after the C10 we will be replacing those before we go any further. I got all the rust taken care of on this stuff. We're in pretty good shape. This side I did try one of the little block header sets, and if I'm going to run them, I'm going to end up needing the shorty spark plugs for this thing, because that plug's almost touching that tube. Probably go ahead and hunt up the other ram's horn and send these down the road. I don't really like them. I think we'll get a better exhaust system with just the cast iron manifolds on this thing. We're not looking for a drag strip hero here. We're gonna have a really nice driving, running car when this is all done. And there's so much of it left to do. Let's get the car running and driving, and then we'll come back and tweak on it a little bit. So, hey, Hope that you guys are having an awesome day. We're going to end the video here. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you like what I'm doing here, and we'll see you next time.